We were pretty famous back in high school. Trust us!
Had a whole future ahead of us, but now we suck.
All that potential now is flowing in the aqueducts.
Through the sands of time, many did forget.
But now our time has come to resurrect. But a podcast?
Sad I know, but can you blame us?
We are desperate to be much more than high school famous. You know what? Mike, you may consider this wasted, but I could do this all day long.
Good. You're just getting warmed up. This is the B material.
Yeah, but this incredible material is now just going to be teased and not going to be heard by anyone, which is unfortunate.
It's teased only to us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, now they've heard hints of some sort of great discussion that they're never going to see through. We're never going to reveal it to the audience.
Well, here's what we'll do. We'll re-record it word for word later. Exactly what we said.
We can pull a transcript, can we not? We can pull a transcript now, right? Isn't that something we can do?
From what?
From our recordings. Can't we do that?
I haven't updated the account to do that yet.
Oh, well, you should do it before you upload this episode.
I think I would have to do it before I recorded this episode.
Is it? Okay.
I don't know how it works. I haven't read into it yet. I said I was going to, and I didn't.
Hello, class. Welcome to episode 163 of Class. Today we're going to learn about quizzes, I think. Long, Matt?
I don't know what we're doing anymore. Happy New Year. This is the first episode of the new year.
Yay. So long
for y'all. That's crazy.
So long 2023. Welcome to the next sequential year.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we've got a special guest on with us today, do we not, Matt?
You tell me.
I think he goes by the name of Snooze Mangoon, the classic dish.
It's macaroon.
I think you're our most frequent guest at this point.
Snooze Mongoose?
Yeah, that's right.
You might be our most frequent guest.
I think I was probably your most frequent guest last time, too.
Probably. I think you... Well...
Are you part of the Five Timers Club? Like those that have hosted SNL 5 times?
He might be at this point.
Oh, yeah, I think he might be. Including times where you've been on with others, or are we just talking where he's just him?
Well, I think if he's saying most frequent, even last time, I think the last time we had him on, or the last guests we had on, were when you guys were all in town. So
that's right. Yeah, but that's what I'm asking. Are we including those times? Or are we just?
If I'm on, I'm on.
I don't know.
If he's on, he's on, man.
That's true.
Yeah, when you're on, you're on.
Yep. And I'm Sean.
Welcome to High School Famous.
And Matt's on Sean right now. I am.
Yeah, I mean, you do seem like a bottom.
You won't get off me. I don't like to do. I like someone else to do the work.
That's fair.
I was about to mute my mic, but I almost hit stop recording instead, and that would have been
the best episode ever. Hey, let's do the final dad joke.
Oh,
ever.
Well, yeah, I guess it'll be the final. Yeah, the final of the year for us, since it's New Year's Eve for the recording, but it'll technically be bleeding into the next year for everybody else. But
yeah,
this is it. No shitty dad jokes. Sean didn't get a new dad joke calendar this year, so dad jokes are finally over with.
Nope. This year I got the Snoop Dogg from Crook to Cook cookbook. And so I don't have any more dad jokes to go through the next year because I got a different kind of gift.
What the hell kind of recipes are in a book that's called From Crook to Cook? Are they all like prison recipes? They're like
I haven't opened it yet. I don't know.
I heard fucking tamales in a chip bag. Like what the fuck?
All I know is you do a lot of stuff in the toilet. You do a lot of rinsing.
I was doing afterwards too.
Yeah, well, that's if it's a poorly prepared dish.
From Crook to Cook.
Could it be that the food's so good that it's criminal?
Ooh.
You know, that would have been a really good tagline on the book. Maybe that's somewhere on the inside cover or something. But the cover just says From Crook to Cook. And then there's a picture of Snoop Dogg and it says Snoop Dogg somewhere. So,
is there a recipe called Murder Was the Crepes that they gave me?
I've said more than once already that I haven't opened the book yet. I was trying to
think of a better one than that, but sorry, that's what came to my head.
Okay.
Just a red crepe.
I hate negative numbers, and I will stop at nothing to avoid them.
Fair.
Right? Fair. Matt's still figuring it out.
There's like no more poignant of a fucking joke to end on.
I know. It's kind of why I picked it. I ended with 0, which is where we started.
I haven't been writing anything down.
That's perfect. Well, Mike, what's new? I hear you have a child that is not feeling the best.
He's puking.
Yeah.
Like currently?
No, he hasn't for several hours now. I think he's feeling better, but
All right.
Mm-hmm. And
so that is that's keeping him from joining us later in some New Year's festivities.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like on the episode. I'm like, what?
It's keeping. Yeah, he's not going to be able to make it. So let's cut it early.
On this.
But if I do cut early, it's because of him.
What a jerk.
Well, will he just come out
So
to the van and
selfish.
say, "Dad, I threw up."
Dad, I'm currently puking.
Well, like, okay, so let's say he just makes it into the toilet, or he's got some kind of bucket. Like, what can you even do?
Toilets are for cooking,
That's I know, but sometimes in emergency situations, you got to use them for other things.
I suppose.
You can always clean them out.
I give him a big old hug
Oh, okay.
after I wipe off his
To help squeeze out more puke.
face.
Right?
I was gonna say you squeeze him real hard, so just more puke comes out.
Puke comes out.
Yeah, just tip him upside down in front of the toilet and start shaking him.
Make sure you empty
Grab
the
him.
change out of his pockets first, because you want to hang on to that money.
Oh no, I take all his money. Rent.
Oh, and
You
what do
make
you?
your children pay rent.
Well, yeah, I mean they gotta learn to, carry their own weight. They're
How do they
capitalists
earn-
just like the rest of us.
How do they earn the money to pay the rent?
Yeah,
That's their business.
Is it
they have
We
a
don't
business.
talk about work or politics at the
do you
table.
give them an allowance and then they have to use that allowance to then pay you rent? Because that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, it's more or less just a bill eventually, because they end up
I'm just
spending more money than they
bill.
make.
Right.
I'm
like
sitting here on
like when we worked at the
Capitol
golf
Hill.
When we worked at the golf course and we could charge our lunch to our paychecks, basically.
Oh, that can be out of hand fast.
You start to realize like, oh, I spent like $150 off of this paycheck on work food.
Yeah.
Because you'd go and get yourself breakfast sandwiches in the morning, and then you'd go and have whatever the lunch was. And I think we still got like a percentage. We got like 50% off on our food or something like that, but it would still just add up super quick.
There was some sort of deal on it. I don't remember.
I thought we
what
got
it was.
like 50% off, but then they also just charged it back to our paychecks.
There's in my work in the new building I'm in, there's this, it's not really a convenience store, but you can walk into the break room and there's a fridge with some beverages and sandwiches and stuff you can buy. And there's also a little rack with chips and peanuts and various other little snacks you can get. So that can get out of hand quick too. Like you just, I'm thirsty. You just walk over 20 feet, buy some kind of beverage and sit back down at your desk. Very easy access. Makes it so money can be spent.
They charge that to your paychecks, or you just have to pay for it.
You pay for it right there, and there's cameras there to make sure you don't steal it. Like you don't just grab something and walk out.
Like money down. Oh, gotcha.
Yep. So you have to I just pay with my phone, but you can also set up. They have these little cards you can grab where you can set up an account and load money on it, and then just scan your card if you want.
Right.
But they have a contactless payment like credit card terminal too that you could put an actual credit card in as well. But yeah, so there's lots of ways. The only way that I've found that you can't pay is with cash, which is bizarre. There's nowhere to just. I mean,
that makes sense because if there's nobody there to like man a cash register, then there's just cash sitting in the room.
Well, I mean, if there was a way to insert the cash, like at a self-checkout or something, then it would spit out change. That would happen. Then you'd have someone that would come in. The same people that come in and probably restock the food would then handle emptying out or refilling bills and stuff and coins to give proper change.
It's probably so that they don't have to carry cash all the time, and that
probably
becomes a robbery risk too.
Yeah, but so that can get easily eat up some of my money.
Yeah,
but the one thing that is good is the selection's kind of lame, so it makes me not really want to go over there a whole lot. Yeah,
we just have like a normal vending machine and then a like soda can machine.
Yeah.
So it's usually not much I ever want to buy out of there.
I have a fridge. Sometimes it has food in it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's already that's prepaid for though, which is nice. So when you go in there, that money's already been spent. So
yeah, it has.
Yeah.
And so that means there's no consequences, just eating it all right by yourself in one sitting.
You know,
Do you have
if
a
it were
company
like,
that comes in and refills it?
well, yeah, kind of. But if I were, if it were like maybe
There's
10,
someone that
12
comes
years
in
ago,
that keep-
yeah,
there's-
I'd have ate all the food all the time. But
There's someone that comes in and refills it, and that person sometimes keeps them company.
Oh, it's kind of like I gotcha. Yeah.
Oh, so some exchange of services, maybe
Yeah.
for goods.
A little give and
Mhm.
take.
Yeah, a little push and pull.
Yeah.
I
Right.
have this place that I know that I go to. They have food that if I give them money, they give me food.
I think that's most places that have food.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
And then I
know of
bring it
more
back.
than one place like that.
Yeah.
Really?
I feel sorry for
Yeah,
you
we
if
have-
you only know
We
of
have
one
that,
place.
we have one of those places out here in Chicago too.
they
I-
put one in Chicago?
Yeah.
When did you get yours?
Oh, pre-pandemic.
Oh, it's really
Yeah,
hard to
it
make
was
up a
rough.
number.
Yeah.
It's really hard to come up with a
Numbers
number.
are difficult.
3 years, crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's doing well. It must be doing big business over there.
Oh,
To
oh
be-
yeah.
Being
Everybody's
the first
coming
supplier
in for
of food
food all the time.
all the
Mhm.
time. More often than just your 3 basic meals of the day.
I can't believe nobody thought of it sooner, really.
Well,
As usual, it started off in Europe, then finally made its way over to the States.
here's a question.
Hmm.
I mean, that was a statement, but
Hmm.
here comes a question.
Huh?
Now, buffets. I want to get your guys' take on buffets. I want to hear what your take on buffets now is, and what your take on buffets were pre-pandemic.
I mean, it depends on the buffet.
So pre-pandemic, never
I'll
really
answer
gave-
last.
Yep. Go ahead, Sean. Sorry,
No.
how rude of me to ask a question then answer it myself.
Yeah, kind of. I have not been to a buffet post-pandemic, I guess. So I don't really know how I feel about it. I think that I would be fine to go to a buffet.
So if we're talking Chinese buffet, the only thing that I've noticed that's different is none of the like hibachi grills or whatever they are open.
Oh, is that
Oh,
right?
there's really
Not at the ones around my area, the metro.
like they all closed down.
Yeah, they like just not haven't reopened yet, but all the other food is still there,
crazy.
and it's still the
Well,
same.
the
I've been to hibachi since the pandemic,
yeah, so have I.
but not in your area. But obviously,
Mike, you're making it sound like you know of more than one place where you can get food.
Oh, I know 2 places.
Well,
Well,
not anymore.
they actually
Closed
cook the food for you though. Those are a
you're
little
talking
more
about-
high class. I don't know if
you're
you've
talking
heard
about
of
places-
these things.
that you get food where it's not pre-cooked. Got it. So my take I like buffets before the pandemic. I really didn't think like about them too much. Of just like, yeah, it's a buffet. We can go to the buffet, whatever. Since the
Yeah.
pandemic, I'm just like, buffets sound so gross to me. Because now, like, I think just the thought process of like germs spreading and all that, like, you know, pre-pandemic, you're just like, yeah, germs, whatever, for the most part. But now it's just like the thought of like commingling with a bunch of people touching food. I'm just like, ugh, that just sounds awful, especially when you're dealing with a lot of people who, or you don't know that you could be amongst a bunch of people who were like anti-vaxxers or, you know, deniers and all that stuff. And you're just like, ugh. And those are the kind of people to me that seem like the ones that would go to buffets.
Oh,
It's those types.
and you know, it's unfortunate because the only way you could truly like fully protect the food would be to make it inaccessible to anyone at the buffet. So
Yeah, which
Unless
makes it
you
not
had-
a buffet, which makes it a cafeteria.
yeah, unless you had like, you know, sliding door. Let's say it's a display case, kind of like at the gas station when you get your donuts and your cookies and stuff,
Yeah,
where you just open it to get your stuff and then just reclose it. I mean, guess that's maybe the only feasible way to make it work. But then,
And
I
it
think-
flashes it with UV light.
yeah. I think like buffets can still work if it's more
On
of a
cruise ships.
cafeteria, more of a cafeteria style thing where people are serving. Like you go through and you're like, yeah, I want some of that, some of that, some of that, and people are serving it to you.
yeah,
That
Yeah.
to me is more acceptable because then it's one person that's handling the food instead of everybody's grabbing onto that same spoon, dishing it out. Who knows what, you know, else they're touching on their plate with it. And,
Actually, it's more of the kids. To
well,
be
that
honest,
too, yeah.
they're the real gross ones.
Yeah, but the only adult only buffets are, you know,
Well, you
strip
don't
clubs.
go there for the food. brother.
Yeah. Well, you don't go there for the food. You stay there for the food.
Well, yeah, you're thankful that it's there.
Yeah.
So what do you come for?
Oh,
Sean, the dad jokes are over.
they're never over.
Knock it off.
I know. That wasn't a dad joke. That was a baby making joke.
A bacon
you hear
baby
me?
joke.
Can you guys hear me? Because that gem did not sparkle.
We were pausing for laughter.
Okay. I see.
We're letting
Hold for applause. Yeah.
We're letting the crowd quiet down. All
Matt
right?
is still doing that.
I'm good.
It was a good joke. So
I'm ready for the next topic. Sorry, I don't know why buffets popped into my head.
I don't either. You just like all you can eat scenarios.
Yeah.
Especially at the adult only buffet.
That makes it sound weirder.
They have wings.
They have wings. They have great wings. They're known for their wings. So you're saying there's lots of bestiality at this place?
What?
Yeah.
Perhaps?
Mikey,
behind
we need to
closed
hold
doors?
for applause again.
Yeah. or a groan, you know.
Yeah.
Plenty of groans at an adult buffet.
Oh, nice.
Mikey, would you consider yourself to be a good driver?
I would consider myself to be a defensive driver.
He's driving right now.
Well, he's in the back seat.
Oh,
Am I?
That's
dangerous.
That's really good.
I think you are.
Or is this a micro van?
So you're in the middle seat?
No, I'm in the back.
You're in the only
so
seat.
So if he's driving in the back, he's either gotten arm and leg extensions or his steering wheel and pedals are really long.
Well,
I'm wearing platform shoes.
It's a micro van, so he can reach those from the back seat.
Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs?
Hot Wheels, dude. My car's on fire.
Well, the reason I ask,
yeah, what's the reason?
Is I found a little thing, and I want to see how many of these Mikey has possibly done. But this is called driving while under the age of 10 and more. How many of these classic driving mistakes have you made?
Oh God. Okay.
So is this going to be just Mike taking this?
Yeah.
All right.
So we're going to check off all the ways you've messed up while driving. So I'm going to read you a bunch of stuff, and if it's a yes, let me know. We'll click it. So,
and if it's a yes, you have to take a drink.
Okay.
While
we'll
driving.
We'll find out. We're going to find the results out at the end of this. But so number one,
not that one.
Driving on a road that another car is already using.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Classic mistake.
Bad move.
Trying to drive a car that's 40 feet away.
No.
No, you've never done. Okay.
Really?
Try to drive a car that's 40 feet away? I don't think so.
Driving while under the age of 10?
No.
No? Okay. Taking your eyes off the road to look at a pretty lady and immediately driving off the Grand Canyon.
I was ready to say yes. But no.
No. Okay.
No.
It took you a while to get to the edge.
Using the sunroof to dice vegetables while driving?
Oh, I see. Wait, so you're on top of the car?
No.
No? Okay. Well, it seems like you're a pretty safe driver so far.
Wait, hold on.
Huh?
Are you on top of the? Are you on top of the car?
You know, it doesn't specify how. I
You're
mean,
just using it.
If he was, he would know. So obviously no, he's never done it. So
Mike, did you do it? Were you on top of the car when you did it?
I mean, there was charcuterie involved, but no.
Okay. I mean, he says
All
no,
right.
so we're gonna move on. All right, number 6, getting fatally T-boned by an 18-wheeler. Have you ever done that?
18 wheels?
Have you ever been fatally T-boned by an 18-wheeler?
I mean, no,
Yeah.
not to the.
Okay.
No.
Have you been faithfully T-boned?
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
7, merging into the girls' lane when you're a boy.
Oh God, yes. All the time.
Hey, she waved me in.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. And then you fatally T-boned her.
fatally. Oh.
No.
Yelling honk instead of pressing the horn. I feel like I want to start doing that.
No, but I might try it. Try it.
Wait till spring. Wait till spring.
Using the turn signal as a metronome while practicing the flute.
The flute?
The flute?
No, not the flute.
But the drums.
Right.
No, that's nigh impossible.
Lying silent and motionless in the trunk instead of driving.
I mean, silent is how silent?
Is there different degrees of silence?
Would you consider?
Would you silent consider or not silent? Any sound is not silent.
Well, would you consider soft weeping to not be silent?
I would consider that to not be
you
silent.
Softly weep motionlessly.
No.
That's I've seen him do it. I've seen him do
completely motionless.
No.
Yeah.
My question is the motion limited to just Mike's body, or is the car also motionless?
I would assume the person motionless.
So the car could be flying at 150 miles an hour as long as Mike's staying still.
Because it's saying lying silent and motionless in the trunk.
Well, and cars can't feel anything. They don't have emotion.
Cars can't be motionless in their own trunk.
Cars can't be in their own trunk.
Yeah.
Not in this dimension.
Yeah. Good point. Number 11, failing to coexist.
Oh man. Yeah.
You have failed to coexist.
Yeah.
You have done that. Oh my God, you have done that.
I have.
Number 12, Mikey.
That bumper sticker came off, and he forgot all about coexisting.
It just the CO came off, and the S. All right, number 12.
Exit.
So it just says exit.
Interesting.
Yes.
Replacing the airbag with an embarrassing secret that gets announced over your car's speakers at full volume when you get into an accident.
No.
Okay.
He technically it's close. He didn't replace the airbag. He integrated it into the airbag because it's still he still puts safety first.
Right.
I already answered the question.
That's not a driving mistake then if he's still worried about.
Oh yeah, I'm just letting you know what he did.
Right. Number 13, getting lost in a cornfield while trying to run down the neighbor kid.
Yeah.
You have done that. Okay.
Yep.
Becoming friends with the windshield.
Never. No.
I feel like that has a double meaning.
I hate that.
I don't know what that means.
Friendly with, to me, it seems like getting in an accident and going through the windshield. You became friends with the windshield.
That's where my head went right away.
Yeah.
Oh no. Not my windshield. And I'm not talking about going
Whose
through
windshield?
it, which I've never done that either. But I've just never been able to make friends with any of my windshields.
Yeah. So whose windshield have you been friendly with?
Oh,
not on my car. Not on my car.
That's what I'm asking.
And
Whose car?
never when you're driving. I'm not going to tell you that, Sean.
Okay, then that's how you answer that question.
I think you've gotten. I think in the context of being friendly means going through it or hitting it. You've gotten probably more friendly with the roof of a car, or I guess the ceiling of a car, more times than a windshield.
I think I've sent more people into the ceiling than I've actually.
You've probably facilitated other people becoming friends with the roof of your car.
They should have been buckled.
You've introduced your friends to a lot of roofs throughout the years.
You know what? I don't. So cars will internally alarm if you don't wear the seatbelt, right? If you're the driver. Right. If you're driving, because a lot of times, I'll get in the car, I'll start it.
It doesn't care about the passengers.
No, it doesn't care about the passengers, but I'm just wondering if
cars are dicks.
If this is something that's illegal and you could get pulled over and get a ticket for, why aren't automakers putting some sort of external, because it could endanger your life and therefore someone else's, why are there not some sort of external alarms that go off if you're driving without your seatbelt on?
I thought you were going to say external seatbelts.
Why does the car just not start?
Why?
If you don't have your seatbelt?
That'd be that'd be interesting. I mean, people would figure out how to remedy that. They would just cut the seatbelts and plug the thing in or something.
Because
but I think they would need to do make wires from that go through the whole seatbelt and everything. So if it's cut, it wouldn't work.
Mike, you can't take away my right to drive without a seatbelt. That's imposing and impeding on my freedoms as an American.
I mean, I guess you could say the same thing about you can't take away my right to drink and drive.
I always say that. But on your behalf, this is about you, Matt.
On behalf of the American government, I apologize to you, Sean, specifically.
It's very big of you.
Did they sign off on that? Like
Nope.
they're okay with you doing that? Nope, not at all.
Well, it's kind of like for the people, sort of.
I don't see the presidential seal on that statement.
Yeah.
I mean, they say it is anyway.
I see it on your derriere.
My posterior?
Number 15.
Oh, how many? Out of how many?
Oh, yeah. We're doing a quiz.
We're almost done. There's 20 of them. Using your car just as a place to hang out for a year before realizing it can drive places.
He has done. He's done that.
Okay, this one hits a little too close to home. Next.
So yes. Okay. Going the right way down a wrong way street.
Going the right way down a wrong way street.
Which one of us hasn't done that at one point or another?
Yes.
Okay. Stopping at a green light, getting out, taking off your clothes, climbing onto the roof of your car, squatting, rolling your eyes back into your head, and giving birth to a swarm of locusts. It's pretty specific. Okay, fine. You haven't.
If only it said yield sign, I could have said yes for myself.
Filling the gas tank with memories instead of gas.
Yes.
Wouldn't you then call it the memory bank and not the tank?
It's more just the memory of the last time I ran out of gas.
It's like, I think we've all filled our tanks with memories at some point when you don't have enough money to fill up your tank sometimes, you know.
Well, it hasn't been on E for that long.
19, turning on the hazards every time you have a sinful thought.
Every time? No.
No? Oh, just sometimes.
Not every time.
So
just like the really big ones.
Number 20.
Just the ones he's proud of.
This is the big one.
This is the ones I want other people to know about.
This is
the finale here.
The big classic driving mistake.
All right.
Killing Princess Diana.
Oh gosh.
No, I've never done it.
You didn't? Okay.
No, I didn't. Nope.
I
didn't.
Let's see these results.
Well, it just wasn't like the famous one.
Right. Well.
Okay, here's what's amazing to me. You checked 7 of the 20. Kind of surprised 7 of them made it.
Wow.
You have made so many reckless mistakes while driving. Seems like you're a real fuck up behind the wheel. One day you will inevitably die while operating a motor vehicle, and it should come as no surprise to you, as you're basically daring fate to take your life every time you hit the open road. Please consider surrendering your driver's license and quitting driving for good. You pose a grave threat to yourself and everyone else in neighboring lanes.
Well,
so there you go.
This online test has convinced me to never drive again.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that paragraph probably is just the paragraph that follows this, no matter how many you've clicked.
Yeah, I think if you even get one, they're like, okay, you should not be on the road at all.
Wow, killing Princess Diana. That happened.
I did not expect that ending.
Yeah, it was
not at all.
It's a good question. I mean, it's valid.
I'm just happy to know you didn't do it. Also
not that time.
You didn't kill her that time. Also, you didn't have your driver's license at the time of her death. So that would have been reckless in its own right.
He was making another common driving mistake.
Yeah.
Simultaneous.
Yeah, that would have been, well, I don't know. No, I don't know if it would have been before 10 or not. I don't think so.
Not before 10. It was 97.
Oh, so you were 15. 14.
Yeah, math.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I was okay at it in that moment.
So there you go. That was something.
That was it.
Well, now you guys know the only mistakes I've ever made in my life.
Sometimes I don't know how to react to things we just did. That was the thing we did. We were there for that.
Mike,
we were just there for that.
That was on a glorious website that I would like to write for, and it's called clickhole.com. And
I've heard of Clickhole.
It's fantastic.
The quizzes on this site are just ridiculous, and I think it would be amazing if I could get paid 6 figures to write for them.
You should write them and ask them if you could get those 6 figures to write for them.
If I could, if they said yes, I would consider taking it.
Yeah, I
And
think you should consider it.
quitting my current job where I don't make six figures and I don't get to do fun things.
May I
Matt
be the
is
first
confused.
to congratulate you on your new job.
Matt is very confused about something he's looking
So I'm
at.
reading more quiz titles.
Okay.
How many of these passive aggressive comments has your dad made about Spider-Man out of jealousy?
Jealousy. We could comb through some more and see if there's anyone that we want to land on. Like, oh, that's stupid. Wait, what? Are you a Carrie, a Samantha, or several Samanthas?
Ooh.
I'm
not a Carrie.
Do you have the prancing, whistling, and juggling skills it takes to become a Navy SEAL? How many of those rookie mistakes did you make while giving birth for the first time?
Can you teach Big Bird to act appropriately in court during his upcoming murder trial?
Does your school bus driver think of you as their protege?
Ooh, that's very high school famous adjacent.
Yeah.
Any of these tickling your fancy, Mike?
Well, they all sound very fancy. If that's,
but you're not. Your fancy isn't ticklish.
I don't think I connected on any level with any of my bus drivers growing up, so I can't say that I'd ever be one of their proteges. So,
Mikey, how's this one for you? Are you a John Lennon fan? Do you enjoy John Lennon's music?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, how well do you know the lyrics to Imagine? Is the name
Pretty
of this
well.
quiz?
I think this is a great idea for a quiz.
I think it is too.
But before you jump into it, I want to read the title of this quiz.
Okay.
Are you strong enough to eat the loaf of bread you just baked, even though it came out of the oven begging for life?
Oh,
but I think we should test Mike's. I think we should test Mike's knowledge of the song "Imagine" by John Lennon. It's a very popular song.
I think it's a very popular song. I think we all might be pretty privy to these lyrics, but let's just jump into it. I'm curious how well Mikey knows the lyrics. So it's a multiple choice. So I'm going to read you the lyric with some blanks in it, and then I will read you the following. Sean, if you want to find this one, we can switch off.
Okay, so I'll just search.
I think it was on the 5th page.
Okay, I will just go to that. I'm already on that page. But now I just clicked on quizzes, and I'm on page 5. That's where you are?
I thought so. Otherwise, you can you should be able to just type it in and find it.
Yeah.
So I'll just start while Sean's finding that. So, all right. Number 1, imagine there's no blank. It's easy if you blank. Is it number 1, imagine there's no tongues. It's easy if you squint. Number 2, imagine there's no Ringo. It's easy if you hate Ringo. Number 3, imagine there's no it's easy if you 4, imagine there's no bathrooms. It's easy if you realize how tedious bathrooms are. Those are your choices.
TikTok, pick one.
Do you remember the lyrics?
what was number 3 again?
Imagine there's no it's easy if you
Yeah, that's one. That's the one.
Okay.
So number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
I thought it was going to be number 2, but it's definitely number 3.
So Matt, I'll read the second question, then you can just select which answer he gives, because then your quiz will be the one that has the results.
Yep. So it doesn't tell me if you're right or wrong. It just gives a little thing here. So I'm assuming you're wrong, because it says Lennon was a staunch believer of the elimination of the bathroom and unapologetically made that fact be known at this point in the song. So I believe the correct answer was imagine there's no bathrooms. It's easy if you realize how tedious bathrooms are.
Shoot. Okay.
So we're gonna do the correct answer each question as we go, and not just do them all at the end.
Yep, we can relay the information about how Mikey doesn't know the song as well as he thinks he does.
All right. Well, you know what? That's maybe a lesser known part of the song. This part, I think, is a little more familiar to most people. So, Mike, I have more faith that you'll get this one. So, no blank below us, above us only blank. Your first choice is no carpeting below us, above us only carpeting. No Frankensteins below us, above us only a huge mitten where the moon should be. Number 3, no things below us, above us only, sound of beer cracking open and being slurped.
I think you're supposed to just do that sound
Why?
because it's in parentheses.
Fair
There you go.
enough.
That's great.
Yeah, nicely
That's
done.
great.
Do you think Mike can adequately answer now because I did that?
Yeah, I think it helped.
No toilets below us. Above us only, God nodding in approval as he witnesses the destruction of all bathrooms.
You know, my memory wants to say 1, but I'm going to go with 4.
All right, so your answer, you're going where no toilets below us, above us only, God nodding in approval as he witnesses the destruction of all bathrooms.
I
Matt, what do
heard
we got?
somewhere once that John Lennon hated bathrooms. I can't remember where I heard that, but I heard it somewhere once.
He was on
You're
the Ted
correct.
Kavett show.
You're correct in that part of your assumption. Unfortunately, no, you're wrong. Lennon frequently confused Frankenstein with Frankenstein's monster, and here expressed his severe fear that there are multiple Frankensteins out to get him. So there's no Frankensteins below us. Above us, only a huge mitten where the moon should be.
Okay, I hear it now.
Yeah.
Oh, you couldn't
All right,
hear us before?
He couldn't hear it before. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Number
he's
3.
replaying the song in his head. Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine all the blank living for blank. Imagine all the hats and muffins living for disease. Imagine all the earthworms living for getting smushed on the sidewalk. Imagine all the stuff living for whatever are we done yet? Oh, it's a question. Whatever, are we done yet? Or imagine all the time you'd save living for going to the bathroom wherever you want.
See, now I want to say 4. I really do. But now I don't.
You want them to all
Damn
be
you,
bathroom?
quiz.
You think this whole song's a bathroom song?
Well, are they going to. Is John throwing the old switcheroo again? Like,
Matt, how can you say that about the classic Imagine by John
Switcheroo.
Lennon? How can you call it a bathroom song?
you know, I guess I
listen to it
don't
in the
know
bathroom.
the song. I don't know this song as well as I thought I did.
It's
I'm
on my
going to be
bathroom
honest.
playlist.
You have a list of songs that you like to play while in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. Based on the fact that he hated bathrooms, I'm going to go with 4 again.
Going for again. Yep. Lennon was a staunch believer in the elimination of the bathroom and unapologetically made that fact be known at this point in the song and the other point as
I
well.
heard that somewhere.
Yeah.
And the other point
thought
in the
I heard
song
that somewhere.
also. So there you go.
All right. Well, that's the Mike's on the board. This is fantastic. See, you knew it better than you thought.
Yeah, like I said, somewhere somebody told me something.
It's weird though, because every time I click on something, like they're all. It's not like it comes up green if you're right.
It just gives you the response.
It just gives me
Yeah.
the response, so it's not really like telling me yes or no throughout
Well,
this, and it doesn't have a results at the end. So we'll see.
Oh. All right. So the next one is imagine there's no blank. It isn't hard to blank. Okay. So the first option, imagine there's no Circuit City. It isn't hard to considering it's 1971 and Circuit City doesn't exist yet. Next choice, imagine there's no winking. It isn't hard to wink. Next we have imagine there's no, I can't do this, sound of a football game being turned on. I can't just make that noise. Anyway.
It's true.
I ain't going down the field.
Interception. Oh, that game. That's why. Okay. I just didn't know
Yeah,
what
like
game.
the Monday Night Football theme or something.
Yeah. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Anyway. It isn't hard to fuck the Jets. Like, so the response was displeased in the Jets' performance in the game. Or the fact that the Jets are playing
I
on the
think
game.
it's the
he
fact that
turned
the
on.
Jets are playing, which you should already know that prior to turning on the game, what teams are going to be playing.
Well, what if you're just channel
Good
surfing
thing.
and you just, what channel is a game
guess.
on? And then you turn to a channel with a different game on before you get to
I
the channel
suppose.
with the game you want to watch on. Anyway, imagine there's no flushing. It isn't hard to shit anymore.
I don't know why flushing makes it difficult to shit in the first place.
I was wondering that too. I find myself currently in our flushing positive society
I find
that
myself really shitting.
I have no issue with it.
When you read the lyric, I sang along, and it was the first option. I'm pretty sure it's the first one.
All right, you're going with circuits. Imagine there's no Circuit City. It isn't hard to considering it's 1971 and Circuit City doesn't exist yet.
Yep, because it didn't.
Sorry. Here, Lennon apparently forgets he's recording what will go on to be one of his biggest hits and turns on a football game on the recording studio's TV.
So I was supposed to. I don't think I'm supposed to mimic the sound. I'm just telling you that that's what you hear in the song.
I also think it's funny that it says he apparently forgets he's recording what will be one of his biggest hits. Like he already knows that pre-recording.
Yeah, this is going to be one of my biggest hits,
guys. So,
well, he knew Circuit City was going to be a thing, so
he did.
Yeah.
And why does he have a TV in the booth?
In the
recording.
recording.
My next question. Yeah.
All right. Nothing to blank and no blank to. Nothing to make your pancreas itch and no hair growing from your spleen too. Nothing to chase around an abandoned castle and no Frankensteins too. Nothing to faint sounds of Lennon calling his bookie and betting $50,000 on the Jets to lose and no shit, where were we? Oh, war? 2. And nothing to make shitting too complicated and no toilets taking up valuable space too.
4.
Back to the bathroom stuff.
Yeah, he hated him.
In Imagine, John makes the case for a world where pancreases don't itch and spleens don't grow hair. 2 things which don't actually happen anyway, so he nailed this one.
Damn it. I should have known.
I'm sure there are many that credited him with that situation. Like, thanks to John Lennon. Thanks to John Lennon, my pancreas does not itch, nor does my spleen grow hair.
It was quite the medical discovery of the time.
What did the world do before John Lennon?
Elvis.
I should have been a better John Lennon fan. Sometimes I feel like if I was a better John Lennon fan, he wouldn't be
dead,
murdered by now.
Right. He died before we were born.
Yeah,
he did.
It's all my fault.
You didn't kill Princess Diana, but you did kill John.
Yeah. The person who died while you were alive, you're not responsible for. But the person who died before your birth, you take on some kind of weight on that and blame.
Oh.
Well, if I were alive, I would have been a better fan. And if I were a better fan, maybe I could have done something.
I thought you were going to say that you should have been a better John Lennon fan because your pancreas is itching all the time.
It really is. It's so itchy.
All right, so we've got another one here. Imagine all the blank living life in blank.
First one's so stupid.
It is, but it might be the true lyric. Imagine all the Frenchmen living in France.
Living life in France.
Living life in France, sorry. Imagine
you don't want to confuse them.
You're right, that's a different verse. Imagine all the Frankensteins living life in nowhere. Imagine all the sound of another beer being cracked, living life in love me some Pabst, hell yeah. I can imagine John Lennon declaring that to himself. Imagine all the people. Hell yeah. Imagine all the people no longer excusing themselves to go to the bathroom, living life in the moment instead. Poignant.
Number 4.
All right, Matt. Number 4.
This simple yet effective lyric implores listeners to imagine every single last man in France living their normal lives in their home country.
Oh, man. The one that sounded the dumbest.
Yep.
Was the true lyric.
It might be the real
It's because he envied their pancreases because they didn't itch.
Yeah.
Pancreas.
It's because of all the baguette and brie.
That's true. They infuse their baguettes with brie.
Briguette.
I mean, that lyric alone is the one that would kind of like flow wise fit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. The syllables are right.
Yep.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, that should have been the giveaway right there.
You may say I'm a blank, but I'm not blank. Oh. Give me a moment.
Take your time.
I read it.
Take your time.
All right.
Let me know if you want me to read it.
I got it.
Okay.
You may say I'm going to be assassinated on December 8th, 1980, but I'm not going to believe you.
It's all my fault. Okay.
You may say I'm a Frankenstein, but I'm not a Frankenstein. You may say I'm John Lennon, but I'm not going to finish the song because I'm kind of hungry. Or you may say I'm gross, but I'm not gross. I'm just saying you could save a lot of time and energy by just pissing and shitting on the floor.
All right, I really want. I know this one's going to be number 4.
Do you?
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be. But let's go.
But okay.
Let's go number 2.
Number 2, Frankenstein.
Oh,
Okay.
Yep.
interesting.
All right. In this passage, John both eerily predicted his assassination and asserted that he refused to believe his own premonition. Pretty brilliant songwriting.
That's right, because he knew about Circuit City.
Circuit City,
Oh.
yeah.
That's right. Even though that wasn't the lyric, but it's still probably a fact.
Wait, so if it's not a lyric, did he know about Circuit City?
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why would it be in the quiz?
He could have
These are
told
really
him.
hard questions. You know,
I mean-
that's what really makes it a good quiz, because it's so like nuanced and that you could see it being either or, you know what I mean?
So did he know of the demise of Circuit City as well, like the rise and fall? Or did he just know it
he wasn't
existed?
around. He wasn't around. Well, he wasn't around for either, I guess. Or
Yes.
well, no.
Right.
He was around for the creation of Circuit City. He just wasn't around for its demise.
When was Circuit City created?
So I don't know.
Was it after 1980?
I don't think so.
I don't remember. I remember Circuit City's being new, and I was born after 1980.
Let's find out.
As Matt looks that up, I'll go into the next set of lyric choices. Okay. I hope someday you'll blank, and the world will be blank. I hope someday you'll start a war, and the world will be filled with awesome tanks and guns.
84 to 2009. So no.
Exactly. I hope someday you'll give birth, and the world will be the baby.
Interesting.
I hope someday you'll sound of chips being crunched. Why am I getting all these sound effect ones? I hope someday you'll sound of chips being crunched, and the world will be sound of steak sizzling on the grill. I hope someday you'll just shit wherever, and the world will be filthier, sure, but also much easier.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Going
He's on the bathroom
for the
kick.
toilets again.
Yeah.
Going for the toilets again.
Here, Lennon shows off his knack for using words to paint breathtaking imagery by describing the listener giving birth to the entire world. Sorry, you're wrong.
I'm forgetting, Matt. Has he only gotten one correct so far?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You do not know this song well.
You don't know the song as well as you thought
I
you
don't.
did. I mean, it's fine.
It's-
Sean didn't know All I Want for Christmas Is You very well either, so
I really thought I did.
yeah.
And now I
All
really
right.
want to solve that murder.
Imagine blank, I wonder blank. All right. Imagine clouds, I wonder who invented them. Imagine nothing's different than it is. I wonder if I'm a hawk. Imagine no. Fuck you, Joe Namath.
The Jets game.
I wonder I just lost 50 fucking grand. Fuck.
I like how he tries to sing in between this angry statements. He finished one that's like, oh, I wonder, you know.
All right, or imagine plumbers starving to death and rotting in the streets. I wonder if this fantasy will ever come true.
Jeez. Okay, this is just going to be a shot in the dark.
Well, he hasn't mentioned anything about streetlights.
John Lennon got shot in the dark.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
Sorry.
Matt,
I thought it was.
it's not too soon. It's pretty good timing, but I mean, you're causing John Lennon to roll around in his grave, which would suggest that he's still alive.
True.
Zombie John. I have forgotten most of the answers, so I'm going to go with number 1.
Okay, so just to refresh you, it was Imagine Clouds, I wonder who invented them.
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay. With this line, Lennon expresses his desire to see the entire plumbing industry put out of business and every plumber starved to death due to no one using toilets anymore.
It was the toilet.
Repetitively visited in every song he ever penned.
Wait a minute. Even when he was with the Beatles, or this is just his solo stuff? He really tackled the plumbing debacle that he saw. All right. We've just got 2 more to go here. So I'm going to read the next set. No need for blank or blank, a brotherhood of blank.
Mm-hmm.
So no need for pencils. I'm sorry. No need for pens or pencils, a brotherhood of blank paper. No need for Frankenstein detectors or Frankenstein protectors, a brotherhood of Frankenstein rejectors.
So stupid.
No need for Joe Namath or the Jets, a brotherhood of I pulled that one off. No need for toilet paper or any of that bullshit, a brotherhood of haphazard, negligent shitting.
It doesn't have to be negligent.
Well, you don't you don't look after it. You just you go and then you walk on. You don't take care of it. You don't clean up after yourself.
We're gonna go with the Frankensteins.
All right. No need for Frankenstein detectors or Frankenstein protectors, a brotherhood of Frankenstein rejectors.
It's a very difficult lyric to sing.
It's a mouthful.
In one of the most quoted lines from the tune, John Lennon curses the New York Jets and then falls asleep at the mic. So there you go. Last one.
Hearing you say that, I remember that in the music video now.
Yeah, they included it. Yeah. He reenacted it for the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And last one. Imagine all the blank sharing all the blank. Is it imagine all the penguins in the zoo sharing all the garlic in the world? Imagine all the Beatles besides Ringo sharing all the credit for everything Ringo contributed to the band. Jesus. Imagine
poor Ringo.
Imagine all the sound of John Lennon collapsing onto his piano, sharing all the sound of recording engineer rushing to John's aid. Or imagine all the piss sharing all the floor.
Oh boy.
Did the Mariah Carey quiz knock on Ringo too?
I don't remember.
It bashed Ringo too.
Maybe it's a theme.
Anyway.
Yeah, we're going with Ringo.
Ringo. Got it. Oh, there is a result. All right. This line closes the song by imagining something Lennon often called the most beautiful thing that could ever happen. A group of penguins sharing a pile of garlic stacked as high as the eye can see. So the results are you got 1 out of 11 correct.
Oh, Mike.
Wow. This is bad. Wow. Have you never heard Imagine, one of the best known songs of all time? Because you don't know the lyrics at all. How about buying yourself an iTunes gift card, purchasing the album and listening to it, say a few dozen times, and coming back and trying again? Because as of right now, there is no way you can claim to be a John Lennon fan or even a music fan with such a terrible result. If you didn't kill John Lennon before, you killed him now.
Yeah.
I knew it.
He rolled in his grave for a little bit, and now he's dead.
It called me out, man. It called me out. All right. Well, I guess I hate John Lennon.
You don't have to hate
him. Let it be known. No, he sucks.
Wow, dude.
You don't have to hate him. You just have to be responsible for his death.
No, I'm leaning into it now.
Also, I lied, Sean. Apparently that was page 4, not page 5 that one was on.
Much like this quiz, Matt, you have misled me.
Yeah, my bad, bro.
Yeah, so it turns out the Mariah Carey Christmas song is a lot about getting to the bottom of this certain gentleman's murder. And
All
also
right.
taking a detour to make fun of Ringo.
I found another quiz.
Well, I mean, not much of a detour.
Right.
I found another quiz that's called "Does Master like the Which Marvel Superhero Are You quiz I have prepared for him? Does it please, Master?"
Nice. I don't think we have time for that.
Ugh, that could be weird. We have
It could
time
be
for
weird.
anything we want.
We do? Oh.
I don't know.
No.
Sean, if we want to do another quiz, I'd like Sean to pick another quiz. If we don't want to do another quiz, we can do whatever else. It's probably too late to try to do the other thing you wanted to do because we kind of just went off on a thing. But
here, I actually,
something seems slightly
if you guys
strategic
don't
about
mind,
that.
if you guys don't mind, I have a bit of a New Year's question for you guys.
All right, I'm in.
All right, Sean.
Wow, a guest bringing content.
Yeah, ask away.
So, I'll give you each 1 minute to give your answer here. And the question is
before or after you ask it.
After I ask it, we'll start with Sean, and then we'll go to Matt.
Okay.
Given that it's the new year, in this new year, if you guys had to choose one way to kill the other person as an animal.
Fuck you.
Don't mind the noise. Sean being a field mouse and Matt being a bear. Sean, question to you first. How would you do it? 1 minute. You're a field mouse and Matt's a bear.
1 minute. Well, assuming that the field mouse is very well aware that this battle is about to take place, I, as the field mouse, would become resistant to a very potent toxin. I would ingest said toxin. Then, as Matt the bear tries to swallow me whole, because there's no need to chew me up. I'm a tiny field mouse, and this is a giant bear. I would gain grasp of the inner walls of his esophagus. I would jettison out via my rectum the pellets of toxin into his stomach. Then I would proceed to crawl back out of the esophagus, out of his mouth, and run away as he writhes in pain due to the toxin I've just entered into his digestive system. I believe that's a timer. 1 minute.
Yeah, actually, you are 10 seconds early on that time, netting you an extra 5 points.
An extra 5 points.
An extra 5 points for Sean for ending early. Alrighty. Matt, same question to you. You're a bear. Sean is a field mouse. How would you murder him?
Well, my bear, being a very highly intelligent creature that it is, would already know that the mouse was planning on becoming, immune to this toxin, and therefore would know not to actually ingest the. Sean, I didn't talk during your minute. Would know not to ingest the mouse. So therefore he would wear a muzzle as to never open his mouth during the fight at all. Because he has big claws, so he doesn't really need to bite the mouse at all. My bear would also obviously already be fully trained in jiu-jitsu and know all the best pinning moves and grapple holds to basically make the mouse submit from the fight. He wouldn't even have to actually kill the mouse. He would just make it submit and bow down, knowing that the bear is his overlord, and he would then just
and that's
always,
time.
I still have at least 5 seconds from when I actually started.
Not by my watch. Not by my watch, friend.
See, now I'm going to lose points for arguing. With
minus 5 points for arguing with the
bullshit. According to my timer, I had time still.
Orator?
But whatever. We'll bring it up with the tribunal later.
All right. So I have heard your guys' arguments, and Sean.
Do we get a rebuttal round?
No, because Sean wins. Sean had the correct answer, which was chewing his way from the inside out. Matt, the correct answer for you would have been
he never
by
said
fucking
that.
eating
I didn't
it
say that.
because of the mouse.
Said that.
That's what I gathered from it. So
in the end,
Sean wins.
You already knew what would happen and just made up your own ending.
Sean wins. Matt loses. And Happy New Year, guys. Again, Matt, you could have just said, I'm going to eat him. I'm the bear. And that's the correct answer. So, and now you know.
You know nothing about bears.
I know how a bear would kill a field mouse, and you do not.
And you know how a mouse would kill a bear?
Are you arguing with the referee?
The game is over. I already lost, according to your bullshit.
Now,
also,
let me ask
John never said he would eat his way out.
Well, let me ask you this, Mike. Did I win because of the bonus points and the points that Matt lost? Was it that close?
Or did he win because I didn't give the answer you wanted?
No, really. I mean, he won because
you knew it would annoy me.
No.
No, of course not.
No,
it's a new year.
No,
it's a new year.
No.
My New Year's resolution is to stop doing that.
To stop annoying people?
Well, you specifically.
Oh,
and
but you're the
since
best
it's
at
not the New Year yet, he doesn't have to start.
Yeah,
He's getting it all out of his system now.
You got 6 hours and 15 minutes to keep annoying me.
Done.
You're right. That's the most annoying way you could do it. God damn it. I'm very annoyed.
It was just clear. It was just a clear win. I'm sorry, Matt, but I have to be objective here. If you had won, you would have won, but you didn't.
Valid point. Can't argue that. Well, this has been another episode of High School Famous. Once again, I have lost. I tend to lose these things.
See you next Tuesday. See you next Year's Day.
I was hoping for something better.
If you have a question, complaint, or threat for Sean or Matt, you can reach us on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at hsfamouspod, or you can email the show at highschoolfamous@gmail.com. No animals were pleasured during the making of this podcast, despite our best efforts. All hail our Lord and Savior.
The big classic driving mistake.
All right.
Killing Princess Diana.
Oh, gosh.